Great. So I have with me Abhishek Banerjee and Karan Tejpal, who behind this marvelous new film. Of course, it's not the easiest watch, but it's not the easiest watch in the most electrifying way. So if that explains I think, I hope it does, because I really would like people to watch it. It's one of the most compelling rural-urban clash stories I've seen in a long, long time. And it really encapsulates so much of what's happening in India currently. So, a lot of praise for both of you for not just making the film, but I know how difficult it is to get a film like this released as well. So, Karan, may I ask you first, since you're the newbie here, really what propelled you to make the film? I saw that it was inspired by real events, and then, of course, the journey to release it, which is a whole other struggle altogether.
So, like you said, you're aware that basically it was inspired from this incident that I came across on the. I saw videos on the internet in 2018, the Karbi Anglong lynching, where two young men like Abhishek, same kind of socioeconomic background from Bombay, went to Guwahati, and they go on a fishing trip, and that fishing trip ends in disaster where they are wrongfully accused of being child kidnappers and then brutally lynched. And those boys actually didn't make it out of that situation. And it was sort of an instant, I just immediately felt this deep connection with those boys, and also a very sinister sense of fear sort of struck me that such injustices are happening in our country, and I mean I had no idea about that, and even the possibility that something that this could happen, the injustice of that, that it could happen was enough to sort of really give me nightmares, and that's where I started to investigate this phenomenon, which was then called WhatsApp lynchings, and now they've obviously whitewashed that name. WhatsApp has, and they were called WhatsApp lynchings because people were able to collect large crowds and mobs using WhatsApp, which actually around the world still has unlimited shares, but in India they had to restrict that to to 5 shares only. Um, of course, I don't. I mean, this has got nothing to do with WhatsApp. It's not. Technology can be used in any which ways, for good and for bad. Mobs itself they can affect change in the positive and the negative. I mean, mobs bring about revolution. So as I started to investigate this phenomenon, I came to realize the sort of deeper, multi-layered situation that this was, which was, I mean, mob violence, vigilante justice, child trafficking, poverty, lack of trust in the system, and sort of all of this kind of came together to form the story of Stolen. And like you said earlier, Kaveree, that I think the one of the biggest achievements that I've for myself, and I mean, not maybe not an achievement, but what I am very proud of is that even 30 years later, if somebody were to watch this film, I think it really depicts a true state of our country, which is a mix of good, bad, and ugly. I don't think that the film is really focusing on a single aspect of our society. I think it sort of tries to cover all. I mean, like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly of where our society is, and not just India, but I think maybe as a whole. But yes, I think this is it's a kind of document of India that goes beyond the storytelling and beyond the engagement.
Absolutely, but it takes a lot of courage, especially in today's time, Karan, to make a film like this. And then, of course, to get on board people and to convince them of your vision. So, talk a little about that aspect. One is to, of course, want to make a movie like this. Second is to get it made, which I think is a heroic act now.
I was blessed, honestly, very lucky and blessed, because I first found a great collaborator in Gaurav, who was maybe just as mad as me or worse. And when I told him I wanted to do this, he
Worse.
was like, yeah, worse.
And thank God for the mad people in this world, in this country, even now. I mean, they're
Yeah.
the ones who are saving us.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's true. And the other, and then when both of us together took this to Abhishek, I mean, honestly, all the stories of the film industry around the world where stars are unreachable and they don't read your scripts and the manager is doing the reading and all of that was completely untrue. I shared the script with Abhishek, and 3 days later or something like that, he had already read it deeply and he was on board just on the basis of a script. I was a first time director. We met, I chatted with him, presented this kind of idea of how I wanted to do it, and he was on board and sort of joined that belief, that bandwagon that we started to create from one to two to three, and Ek aur Ek 11, we finally became a very strong group that went out and did this film. And a beautiful thing of Anurag said the other day, which really has struck with me, and I think it's so totally true. A great crew, I mean, a great crew makes a great film. Bad films are made by directors, and really that is the testament to Stolen. I mean, I think the we had a highly dedicated crew who was supremely invested in the film. Each and every person felt like this was their own film and brought a lot to the table. So it was really a village that brought this baby up.
Ashik, I come to you because you are a star now. You're no longer just a casting director. You are a star. You can green light things. It's wonderful that you are green lighting things that still have meaning. And talk about that because the trap of stardom is, of course, to continue doing the things that the world expects you to do, which is, I suppose, more horror comedy, more horror comedy. This is horror of the worst kind, there's nothing comic about it. Although there are moments of levity as well, some brief moments of levity. But Abhishek, talk a bit about that responsibility which you have shouldered so well in this movie.
Yeah, and I think it's a very important responsibility, for all the young actors, because the thing is that when I was a casting director and we used to meet, actors of my age who are also doing very good work and stuff like that, we used to always talk about the ideal kind of cinema, the kind of cinema which has a voice, the kind of cinema which we all want to be part of, and how we are missing that in a very commercial setup of an industry. And then the minute somebody becomes like a star, or the minute someone
Yeah,
becomes popular, famous, they forget about all the conversations and they just get sucked into this big bad world of
yeah,
glamour and fame and stuff like that. And I've seen actors just lose their track into all of this, into developing themselves more than an actor, but as a social media star, and the focus and the entire passion somewhere goes, it just becomes like a non-valid thing. So now, when I remember when Patal Lok happened, and I sensed that I have got some kind of popularity, and I also had a sense that I'm going to get a number of offers now to choose from, and that at that exact very moment, my choice was to do something which is made independently. And because I knew that I would not be able to greenlight probably a big commercial or a small or medium commercial budget film, but I would definitely be able to greenlight a interesting independent film. And that was the idea. I was meeting a lot of filmmakers, youngsters who were coming and meeting me and narrating me stories. And I just met these two boys, Gaurav and Karan, and I think there was an immediate click. It was love at first sight, So, and I was like, yeah, I just want to work with because the kind of energy they have. I did not have any clue what we're going to do, how we're going to do, but we just knew that we're going to make a film which is going to be of the best efforts from everybody. And that's exactly what's happened. And to be very honest, people are talking about how difficult the release of the film is, but being someone who is a part of commercial film industry and who knows how things are around, I think this film has got a very unique and a very easy release. Uh, Even though it seems like, it's been 2 years, but the film was ready in 2023 March with a rough cut. And Venice took it up, the film basis on the rough cut. And then since then, we have been just traveling to film festivals till the gang, the OG gang of Kashyap
mhm,
and Motwane Nikhil Advani and Kiran Rao, they all showed support. Even Sudeep Sharma apparently had spoken about us to Amazon. So, all of them, and that's the beauty of this city that, if you really do something with all your heart and, you're able to make something good, they all actually come out and support you. That's what I have learned from this experience.
So heartening to hear that because you hear only stories of negativity and how doors are shut in your face and things take years and years to work out. So Karan, how did you feel as Abhishek said when the OG clan came together? I mean, couldn't have asked for anything better. And Nikhil was telling me that he plans to do more such releases. So great.
Kaveri, I have to say that even beyond feeling great about it, it has deeply reaffirmed my faith in the film industry, in the
Yeah,
people around me. And, it was such an unexpected gesture by the four of them to come together and support this film. I mean, it, I think it's like this. The film has constantly just given these unexpected, throwbacks to me, which I am totally filled me with gratitude. And especially the gesture by these four really really reaffirms my faith in the industry, and I hope that thanks to Stolen that they came together and they go out and do more of this, and I really hope that happens because I think there's a lot of amazing films out there. Maybe some of them are stuck. Maybe some of them just need a little bit of a nudge.
right.
And I think that would be great. I mean, if Stolen does that, it'll be even bigger than the film. I think that would be awesome.
Right. Abhishek, I believe a lot more of this is going to happen. But do you have any insights into that?
Yes, that's the idea. I think Soren was made with that idea when we were releasing it, when we were like planning it. I think we all knew that if this happens on this scale, the kind of scale, it's not only about the release. I think the scale of the release is
Yes.
also great for a film of this kind of budget. So this definitely opens doors to, many more younger filmmakers coming and making projects which are like, low to mid budget. I've already been contacted with some of the biggest production houses in the city where they are wondering how much did we spend to make this kind of an action thriller because it's not just a drama
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
human story, it's an action film and it's not cheap to shoot an action film. And so these are very good early signs where biggies are like, trying to collaborate. I think that's what it is now, that sometimes we don't even know how to bring that change until we apply it.
Yeah. I mean, you
Full
have to
credit
do
goes
it.
to
Yeah, you have to do it for something to happen.
yeah, and Karan and Gaurav, when they came to me, they always told me that this is nothing which you have seen before. We have planned the shoot the way nobody has planned it. And everybody talks about adolescence when a British show comes to India,
Uh,
and they talk about the kind of filmmaking and
long takes and all
long
that.
takes. And Stolen was conceived and probably shot before adolescence came to India. So and the similar tactic of long takes and stuff like that. And when somebody asked me that, did you guys do gorilla shooting? And that's what raw means, that you didn't plan it and it just happened. But that's not true in this case. These guys are very very sharp, and there is a technical finesse to the entire making, which I was actually mind blown when I saw the first rough cut. I didn't know what KT is till I saw the rough cut.
Yeah.
And I was mind blown because after the first cut, I was like, oh, I see a director. I don't see anybody else, but I see a director telling a story.
Yeah.
So full credit to, the producer and the director to conceive a film of this style.
Right. Where did you shoot this, Abhishek? Most of like those abandoned homes and all, is that a village close by in Delhi or where is it?
Pushkar.
Pushkar? Okay.
Yeah, Pushkar.
Wow. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and they are all actors. They look as if they've been living there for years.
They're not
I
actors.
They're not.
They're amazing, amazing. So I think the point Abhishek is making, the amount of prep that you must have done to for it to look so natural is something that we've omitted to talk about. Obviously, every aspect of it was either storyboarded or choreographed hugely before you actually implemented the shots.
Yeah,
Correct?
we
Yeah.
choreographed heavily because we had a lot of complex staging, and so that we would really put in a lot of time and effort into choreographing the scenes. But I, I don't really believe in storyboarding too much actually, because storyboarding still puts it in a little box. So we were a little bit outside the whole storyboarding idea. So we never storyboarded anything, but we did extensive rehearsals, and we shot our rehearsals, on,
Right.
on the real camera or on phones, and then using that material we were able to change and show how we want to do it. And so yes, we did a lot of rehearsing, and especially because we were working with a lot of non-actors. I mean,
Right.
our five main primary actors are highly trained actors.
Right.
And we had a few more professional actors, but most of the cast is non-professional, semi-professional, or real people. So
Right.
we had to do rehearsals so that everybody could be on the same boat. And of course, I mean, the actors led the way. Our lead actors all led the way in those rehearsals, and sort of made everybody feel comfortable, and made it easy for everyone else also to get deeply involved in the process.
Maya. Is that how her name is pronounced? Maya Milsa?
Mia.
Mia,
Mia.
Mia.
Mia. My God, where have you found her? She is just outstanding. Can we talk a little about her? Abhishek, is that your contribution or is that
No, 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 no,
Karan?
no, no, not at all, not at all. I think Shubham is my contribution. Mia is completely Karan. And Karan, I don't know whether you've read this. I was reading it somewhere. Some reviewers said that, they thought that you actually found Mia like somewhere in India. And they couldn't tell that she is an actor until, they reached the Instagram page.
She's
Wow.
a
And
trained
that's,
actor
yeah,
from NSD, right? I
NSD.
mean,
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Amazing.
incredible casting by
What
Karan.
an incredible casting. Cool. It was
And
brilliant.
she was put on to us by Dilip Shankar, who's a
Oh,
very,
right, right,
very incredible casting director. He recommended her to us, and Mia had done a short film, Sandhya Suri's short film called The Field. And
right,
it's actually that short that convinced me that Mia is our Jhumpa. And yeah,
amazing.
she's been an incredible collaborator right from the start. She has put in a lot of work into this role, from research to deep immersion in the character. I mean, Mia has really put in a lot of work into this.
And the last word, Abhishek, about you. So nice to see you, so well groomed and looking so posh.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it a relief?
I'm just trying to be presentable more, like because I have to attend those, style icon awards and stuff like that. So I better start looking like some kind of, style
Style
icon.
icon. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
very
very
much a style
essential
icon.
to green light flex.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. Like, see,
very
I'm
nicely done.
doing whatever is necessary for the job. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Wonderful. Thank you both very much. This is a conversation I think that can go a long, long way because there's so many aspects to the film. But I really would urge everyone to discover it for themselves. And I think each person will come away with a different aspect of the film, which is what a film like this is all about. Everyone has a different take on it. And I think those are the conversations that I'm so happy that we will hopefully have around this film. Thank you so much, both of you, and uh, more
Thank you so
power to
much.
both of
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
More power to both of you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so much.
ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.